Back, everyone. So happy to have you back for another breaking IRS news alerts and updates. Make sure you're watching till the very end. We have lots of information to cover. We have an update on if you file by paper. The IRS has a suggestion for you. Make sure you're watching for that information. We have all the numbers on the latest amount of tax refunds that are still waiting to be processed. We also have the latest numbers on your amended tax returns. We have the next direct deposit date shared, as well as examination code 424, code 151. Let's go ahead and begin. This information is being shared from the IRS.gov website. We are starting with the reminders. Reminder number 1, file your 2019 and 2020 return by September 30th in order to get or be eligible for the COVID penalty relief for filing late. Now, the penalty relief is automatic. That means you do not have to do anything. If you're eligible, the IRS will send you that penalty refund. If you have already paid it, you also will get the penalty refund for filing late, as long as you file by September 30th. Also, remember the Internal Revenue Service recently issued guidance addressing improper forgiveness of paper Paycheck Protection Program loans. Make sure to check that video out. I did a full video on that. That is your PPP loans. Make sure to look for that video pinned in the comment section as well as in the description box. Reminder number 3, Hurricane Fiona victims in all 78 Puerto Rican communities. You have now until February 15, 2023 to file your federal, individual, and business tax returns and to make any tax payments. Now, the numbers updated September 23rd, 2022, the IRS is reporting 6.9 million unprocessed individual returns, 1.6 million returns that require error correction, and 5.6 million are paper returns. Now, there was a decrease in the total number from 7.2 million, as you can see here, from September 16 update to 6.9 million. But there was no decrease in the amount of returns requiring correction and the paper returns. Those numbers are still at 1.6 million and 5.6 million, unfortunately. Now, for the amended tax returns, we have 1.6 million unprocessed forms 1040X, which is taking the IRS more than 20 weeks to process. Remember, you can check the Where is My Amended Return tool on the IRS.gov website for the status of your amended tax return. That number did decrease from 1.7 million to 1.6 million, a very slight decrease. Make sure to share with us in the comment section if you did receive your amended tax refund or your regular tax refund. Now, the IRS is updating here. If you file electronically and receive an acknowledgement, you do not need to take any further action except to promptly respond to any request for information. Again, if you have been waiting an extremely long time, make sure to contact the Taxpayer Advocate Service at 1-877-777-4778. Now, here is an important reminder on if you file on paper. The IRS is stating here, if you are due a refund filed on paper more than 6 months ago and the Where is My Refund does not have any information about the status of your return, you should resubmit your tax return electronically if possible, and make sure it includes an original signature and include all documents submitted with your original return. So reminder, if you file on paper, it has been more than 6 months, the Where is My Refund tool is not giving you any update. The IRS is suggesting that you resubmit your tax return electronically if possible, and to make sure it includes an original signature and include all documents submitted with the original return. It states otherwise, please do not file your tax return again. Check Where is My Refund or view your IRS transcript for possible updates. All right, now moving on to the good news, the approvals. The next expected direct deposit date shared is September 28, 2022. Also, make sure you're looking out on your transcript for code 776. That is your interest payment. The IRS owe you interest for completing your tax refunds late. Now, if you receive this notice right here, that please read the following information related to your tax situation. Topic 151, your appeal rights. On the IRS.gov website, it states that the IRS will send you a report or letter that will explain the proposed adjustments or proposed action or collection taken. So if you receive this notice, the IRS will follow up with a letter letting you know what action was taken. The correspondence will also tell you of your right to generally request a conference or an appeal if you disagree with their decision. All right. Now, tax code 424, which is your examination code. Here is what the IRS states about examinations of tax return. Your return may be examined for a variety of reasons, and the examination may take place in any one of several ways. It says that after the examination, if any changes to your taxes are proposed, you can either agree with those changes and pay any additional tax if you owe, or you can disagree with the changes and appeal the decision. So let me repeat that. It states that after the examination, if any changes to your tax are proposed, you can either agree with those changes and pay any additional tax you may owe, or you can disagree with the changes and request an appeal. It states that examination selection criteria. Here are some of the ways that they select returns to be examined. It says your return may be selected for examination on the basis of a computer scoring. All right, and that computer scoring is called a DIF. It may assign a numeric score to the individual or corporate tax returns after they have been processed. If your return is selected because of a high score under the DIF system, the potential is high that an examination of your return will result in a change to your income tax liability. So the system randomly assign your return a score, and that is how it is picked or selected for examination. Your return may also be selected for examination on the basis of information received from third-party documentation such as Forms 1099 and W-2 that does not match the information reported on your tax return. Or your return may be selected to address both the questionable treatment of an item and to study the behavior of similar taxpayers in a market segment in handling a tax issue. In addition, your return may be selected as a result of information received from other sources on potential non-compliance with the tax laws or inaccurate filing. This information can come from a number of sources. So these are some of the reasons why you may be selected for examination and see that code 424, or you may be selected for review. All right, make sure to comment in the comment section and share with us if you receive that code. If you are on the review, make sure to try to contact the Taxpayer Advocate Service if you have been waiting more than 120 days at 1-877-777-4778. And that brings us to the end of this week's 2022 IRS tax refund and amended tax return update. All right, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and come back for all of the information that matters to you most. I am doing the research, so you do not have to, and I will see every one of you again very, very soon.